Sometimes karma doesn't knock. Sometimes karma flips the breaker, sends in a storm, and shows up with a legal invoice. This is the story of how my entitled HOA neighbors tried to teach me a lesson by cutting off power to my ranch during a thunderstorm, not realizing that I'm the CEO and majority stakeholder in the utility co-op that powers the entire region, including their neighborhood. They tried to make me freeze. Instead, they ended up powerless, publicly humiliated, and paying thousands in fines, all because they couldn't mind their own meters. The ranch and the storm. I live on 24 acres of wooded land on the edge of a high-end HOA development called Clearwater Heights. They've always had a problem with me. My off-grid solar system with battery backup, my goats disrupting the scenic visuals, my vintage barn being visible from their pool deck. But what really irked them, the transformer box that sits between our properties, part of the co-op utility network that I helped found 12 years ago. I sit on the board. I helped secure federal funding for the Rural Electrification Program. And yes, I own 51% of the company. But they didn't know that. Storm warning and the HOA's brilliant plan. A major thunderstorm rolled in. Tornado watch, flash flood alerts, the works. I was fully prepped. Backup batteries charged, water stored, emergency radio ready. But then the lights flickered, then died. I checked everything, no faults, until I walked to the property line and saw a padlock on the transformer box that wasn't mine, with a bright red tag that said, "Temporary disconnection, HOA enforcement, aesthetic violation pending." They'd cut my power in a storm because they didn't like how the utility box looked from their tennis court. The call to my office. I picked up my phone, dialed directly to the co-op's general manager. "Who authorized the shutoff at my ranch address?" He said, "That wasn't us. We got a call from someone claiming to be your site manager, said it was a visual inspection request from the HOA board." I smiled. I'm about to make them famous. Catched red-handed. We pulled the security footage from the transformer's motion-triggered cam, clear as day. 2 HOA board members, matching polos, using bolt cutters, laughing about fixing the neighborhood view, then placing their own lock on co-op-owned infrastructure. What they did wasn't just wrong, it was federal utility tampering. The fallout, fast and loud. I made one call to our company's legal team, one call to the sheriff, and one to the media liaison. Within 3 hours, the sheriff escorted both HOA board members off the premises in handcuffs. They were charged with tampering with critical infrastructure, interference with public utilities, trespassing, and reckless endangerment during a weather emergency. They claimed, "We were just trying to protect community aesthetics." The sheriff replied, "Hope your mugshots look good on your clubhouse wall." What I did next. After the storm passed, I filed a $250,000 civil suit for attempted sabotage and business disruption, a lease fee adjustment, tripling the HOA's cost to run power through my utility grid, and a formal cease and desist against all HOA involvement with co-op hardware. Then I issued a company-wide memo. All HOA board members involved in this incident are permanently banned from holding any co-op voting power, board seats, or infrastructure requests unless reviewed by legal. And yes, I cut their power next. Legally, of course. Their community clubhouse had outstanding repair violations on the electrical conduit, documented weeks earlier. I filed the overdue inspection report. The co-op disconnected their power until it was brought up to code. They sat in the dark for 4 days. One resident posted online, "We messed with the power guy, now we don't even have AC." The new utility box sign. Tamper with this and pay for it in court. Underneath, yes, I own this. Final thoughts. They thought shutting off my power would teach me a lesson. Instead, I taught them what happens when you mess with someone who writes the electric bill. Next time they want to enforce aesthetics, they can do it by candlelight.